Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh, exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. The Los Angeles Dodgers are slowly but surely returning to full strength at a time when every game carries enormous weight in the National League West. The race with the San Diego Padres has been razor-thin, and every roster move, every recovery, and every performance could tilt the standings in one direction or another. Over the past few days, the Dodgers have seen Tanner Scott, Kirby Yates, and Enrique Hernandez come off the injured list, bringing fresh energy and depth back to a team that has been dealing with its share of physical setbacks. Hye-Sung Kim might join them as soon as this weekend, and Max Muncy and Tommy Edman are not far behind. For fans, these developments signal hope. For opponents, it represents a recalibration of the Dodgers' potential. Max Muncy, in particular, has been a focal point of attention. He has been on the injured list since mid-August due to right-side soreness, later confirmed by an MRI as a mild grade 1 oblique strain. This injury is eerily reminiscent of the one that sidelined him for 3 months last season. And while that history naturally raises concerns, there are reasons to be cautiously optimistic. On Tuesday, Muncy went through drills at third base, ran the bases, and participated in batting practice, marking his most complete day of activity since sustaining the strain. It was a visible demonstration of progress, and even if the Dodgers decide to ease him back through a simulated game at Dodger Stadium later this week, it's clear that he is approaching a return to competitive play. Dave Roberts, the Dodgers manager, has emphasized that while Muncy's exact timeline for return is not fully determined, he is in a solid position to reintegrate into the lineup. Roberts highlighted that Muncy is swinging the bat well, running, and fielding ground balls, all indicators that his rehabilitation is proceeding smoothly. While the team remains cautious, there is genuine optimism that Muncy could rejoin the roster as early as the back half of the Dodgers' upcoming road trip, potentially facing the Baltimore Orioles on Friday, September 5th. However, there is also the consideration of waiting until the next homestand, which begins on Monday, September 8th, to ensure he is fully ready. The implications of Muncy's return extend beyond mere numbers. He brings power, versatility, and a veteran presence that can shift the dynamics of any game. His ability to play multiple infield positions gives Roberts flexibility in constructing lineups and resting other players without sacrificing offensive or defensive quality. Moreover, Muncy's presence in the lineup can energize a Dodgers team that has endured injuries and rotations adjustments throughout the season, offering a psychological boost as well as tangible contributions on the field. At the same time, Shohei Ohtani, the Dodgers' two-way superstar, is preparing for a pivotal start against the Cincinnati Reds. Ohtani's reputation as a pitcher and hitter is legendary, but recent outings have revealed some inconsistencies. In his last start in Colorado, he allowed 5 runs over 4 innings, a performance far from his typical dominance. Still, Roberts remains confident that Ohtani can deliver when it matters most. The expectation is for him to reach at least 5 innings, a benchmark that not only helps preserve the bullpen, but also gives the team a chance to control the pace of the game and secure a series sweep. Ohtani's journey back to full form has been closely monitored. Following his Tommy John revision surgery in 2023, every start is scrutinized for signs of recovery, endurance, and command. The Dodgers are aware that managing his workload is critical, particularly in September, when the playoff picture sharpens and every inning counts. While his ERA over the 2 starts against the Reds stands a modest 4.15, these numbers do not fully capture his capabilities or the strategic approach the Dodgers are taking to maximize his effectiveness. Ohtani's experience and skill set offer a dual threat that opponents must respect, and even on an off night, his presence on the mound alters the dynamic of any series. Meanwhile, Clayton Kershaw, the veteran ace, continues to demonstrate resilience and adaptability. In a recent matchup against the Reds, he was challenged early and forced to adjust on the fly, a testament to his enduring competitiveness and baseball intelligence. Despite dealing with a fastball that lacked its usual zip and a breaking ball that was less sharp than normal, Kershaw managed to retire 14 consecutive batters and complete 5 innings, giving the Dodgers bullpen fresh legs and preserving the team's chance at victory. His ability to adapt, incorporate different pitches, and maintain composure under pressure is a reminder that experience and strategic thinking can offset temporary dips in physical performance. Roberts has observed a growth in Kershaw's willingness to adjust. No longer relying solely on his tried-and-true strengths, Kershaw is embracing a more versatile approach, mixing in curveballs, split-fingered fastballs, and arm-side variations to keep hitters off balance. This evolution reflects not just skill, but also intelligence, a capacity to read the game and make real-time decisions that influence outcomes. For a team navigating injuries, high-stakes matchups, and a tight division race, this kind of adaptability is invaluable. Returning to Muncy, his rehabilitation progress represents more than individual recovery. It is a linchpin for the Dodgers' overall strategy as September approaches. The team's success depends on depth, timing, and the ability to integrate returning players seamlessly. Muncy's power at the plate, coupled with his defensive versatility, can reshape lineups and create matchup advantages. His experience in high-pressure situations adds a layer of leadership that is critical in a season defined by narrow margins. Whether it is contributing in clutch at-bats or providing steady fielding, Muncy's return is a narrative the Dodgers hope to leverage in their pursuit of divisional supremacy. As fans watch Muncy step onto the field, run bases, and take batting practice, there is a palpable sense of anticipation. His journey from injury back to full participation encapsulates the broader narrative of a Dodgers team striving to maximize every asset in a high-stakes environment. Similarly, Ohtani's start against the Reds is more than just a game. It is a test of recovery, endurance, and the ability to perform when the spotlight is brightest. Kershaw's adaptability, the bullpen's readiness, and the infusion of returning talent collectively shape the trajectory of the Dodgers' final stretch. The story unfolding in Los Angeles is one of resilience, strategic planning, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. As Muncy inches closer to full competition, Ohtani prepares to dominate on the mound, and Kershaw continues to refine his craft. The Dodgers are crafting a narrative that blends experience, talent, and timing. Every base stolen, every run driven in, and every inning pitched carries consequences for the division race. Fans can feel the tension and excitement building with each practice, each game, and each managerial decision. What makes this phase of the season so compelling is not just the return of star players, but how their reintegration interacts with the momentum of the team. Muncy's swing, Ohtani's pitching, and Kershaw's leadership are interdependent pieces in a complex puzzle. Success hinges on chemistry, timing, and the ability to perform under pressure. As September approaches, the Dodgers are poised to capitalize on these dynamics, aiming to turn incremental advantages into decisive victories. The coming weeks will test not only individual talent, but the collective strategy of a team striving for supremacy in one of the toughest divisions in baseball. The Dodgers' narrative is a blend of anticipation, strategy, and calculated risk. Muncy's rehabilitation, Ohtani's pitching, and Kershaw's adaptability are central threads in a story that will unfold across the next series of games. With the roster gradually returning to full strength, each matchup carries heightened significance. Fans and analysts alike are watching closely, understanding that the convergence of health, skill, and strategic deployment could define the team's trajectory for the remainder of the season. Meanwhile, Shohei Ohtani is preparing to showcase his two-way skills, balancing pitching with his role as a hitter. His recent starts, although below his standard, serve as a reminder that even elite players go through slumps and adjustments. The Dodgers coaching staff has emphasized management of innings, pitch selection, and recovery protocols, ensuring that Ohtani can maximize his contributions without risking further injury. In his upcoming start against the Cincinnati Reds, the goal is clear: 5 innings of solid pitching that limit runs, give the bullpen flexibility, and maintain the team's competitive edge. Ohtani's ability to execute under pressure particularly after a period of inconsistent outings, will be a litmus test for his resilience and adaptability. Every strikeout, every inning completed, adds to the narrative of a player who has repeatedly overcome obstacles and continues to elevate the Dodgers' performance. Clayton Kershaw, though a seasoned veteran, remains a central figure in the Dodgers' plans for September. His recent start highlighted not only his skill, but also his ability to innovate and adapt when his usual repertoire is less effective. By mixing pitches, adjusting strategy mid-game, and reading hitters' tendencies, Kershaw demonstrated that experience can often compensate for physical limitations. In a season defined by injuries, travel, and a demanding schedule, such adaptability is invaluable. Kershaw's approach exemplifies how veteran leadership contributes to team resilience. Young players and peers alike can learn from his ability to stay composed, make strategic adjustments on the fly, and maintain focus even when things are not going perfectly. The Dodgers' bullpen also plays a pivotal role in September's narrative, with starters being managed carefully to maximize effectiveness over the long stretch. Relievers are increasingly called upon to secure critical innings. The integration of returning players like Muncy and Edman allows the team to stagger workloads more efficiently, providing rest to those who need it while maintaining competitive performance. Every matchup requires meticulous planning: which reliever to deploy, how to sequence pitchers, and how to adjust in response to opposing strategies. The Dodgers staff is acutely aware that small decisions, timing a pinch hitter, bringing in a lefty specialist, or choosing when to challenge a power hitter, can collectively determine outcomes in tightly contested games. These strategic considerations underscore how September baseball is as much mental and tactical as it is physical. Max Muncy's rehabilitation progress exemplifies the balance of patience and urgency required at this stage. Each practice session, batting drill, and fielding exercise is a calculated step toward full readiness. The Dodgers' medical and coaching staff coordinate closely to monitor workload, recovery, and performance metrics. This comprehensive approach ensures that when Muncy does return to the field, he can perform at peak capacity without risking recurrence of his injury. For fans, every update on Muncy's activity provides a glimpse into the meticulous process behind preparing a player for competitive play after a period of absence. The anticipation is heightened because his return has both immediate and long-term implications for the team's strategy. The Dodgers' September schedule is packed with pivotal matchups, and each game presents unique challenges. From road trips against division rivals to crucial homestands, the team must manage fatigue, injuries, and the psychological pressures of tight competition. Every at-bat, pitch, and defensive play carries weight. Returning players like Muncy and Edman, along with pitchers like Ohtani and Kershaw, provide both performance and stability, allowing the Dodgers to approach each contest with confidence. The coaching staff's challenge is to harness these assets effectively, blending talent with strategy to optimize outcomes across multiple games in a condensed and intense schedule. The narrative of the Dodgers in September is one of resilience, preparation, and strategic execution. Muncy's impending return represents the restoration of power and versatility. Ohtani's starts reflect both recovery and the dual-threat nature that defines his career. Kershaw's adaptability underscores the importance of experience and strategic thinking. Together, these elements create a complex but cohesive framework that the Dodgers can leverage as they push toward the postseason. Each decision, whether in lineup construction, bullpen management, or in-game adjustments, is informed by the presence and readiness of these key players. The team's ability to integrate returning talent, manage workloads, and maintain focus will define their trajectory in the final stretch of the regular season. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. The baseball world was shaken to its core this morning with the sudden confirmation of a blockbuster deal that few believed would actually happen. Yordan Alvarez, one of the brightest stars in Major League Baseball and the face of the Houston Astros lineup, is now officially a member of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Rumors had swirled for weeks that the Dodgers were quietly making calls and testing the waters for a potential trade, but the reality of Alvarez leaving Houston seemed unthinkable for most fans and analysts. After all, Alvarez had long been seen as the cornerstone of the Astros' offensive firepower, a generational hitter with both patience and terrifying raw power at the plate. The move sends shockwaves across the league, raising endless questions about the motivations behind the Astros' decision, what kind of package the Dodgers sent in return, and how this alters the balance of power in the National League. It is rare to see such a seismic shift involving a player of Alvarez's caliber in his prime, and the timing, coming so close to the final stretch of the season, adds a layer of drama that makes this one of the most talked-about trades in recent memory. What makes this story even more intriguing is the context surrounding both franchises at the moment. The Astros, while still competitive, have not resembled the juggernaut of years past, and whispers have grown louder that the front office may be considering a soft reset, retooling rather than completely rebuilding. Trading Alvarez, however, seems to go far beyond retooling, especially since his bat was essentially the heartbeat of their offense. For the Dodgers, this is a bold declaration of intent. They are clearly determined to cement themselves as favorites not only in the National League, but across all of baseball. Los Angeles has built a reputation for acquiring marquee names and finding ways to integrate them seamlessly into their machine-like roster, and adding Alvarez to a lineup already featuring Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts feels almost unfair to opposing pitchers. The move suggests that the Dodgers front office saw a rare opening to grab a superstar who might not have been available under normal circumstances, and they moved decisively to capitalize. The ripple effect of this trade will surely be felt for years, not just in Los Angeles, but in Houston and across every front office evaluating their own paths forward. The reaction from fans has been immediate and divided, with Astros supporters expressing disbelief and frustration that their beloved slugger has been shipped away, while Dodgers fans are ecstatic at the thought of Alvarez launching towering home runs at Dodger Stadium. On social media, debates have erupted about whether Houston received enough in return, though details of the full package are still trickling out. Some reports suggest top prospects were involved, while others hint at a combination of young arms and established players, but the exact mix remains under wraps for now. What cannot be debated, however, is the emotional toll this will have on Houston's fan base. For years, Alvarez was not just a player, but a symbol of the Astros' resilience and dominance. To see him now wearing Dodger blue feels surreal, almost like a betrayal to some. At the same time, Dodgers fans are welcoming him with open arms, flooding message boards and forums with predictions of how his addition could make the team unstoppable in the postseason. This polarizing split between euphoria and devastation is a hallmark of monumental trades, the kind that define eras and reshape the trajectory of entire franchises. From a purely baseball perspective, the potential fit between Alvarez and the Dodgers is tantalizing. His left-handed power bat perfectly complements the right-handed strength of Betts and others, creating a balanced lineup that can attack pitchers from every angle. Moreover, the Dodgers have the financial muscle and player development infrastructure to support Alvarez long-term, ensuring that he does not simply become a rental, but a cornerstone for years to come. Analysts are already speculating about his role in the batting order, with some suggesting he could slot cleanly into the heart of the lineup and immediately provide protection for Freeman. Defensively, questions remain about whether the Dodgers will use him more often as a designated hitter or give him time in left field, but given their flexibility, the transition should be smooth. For Houston, the departure leaves a gaping hole that will be nearly impossible to fill in the short term, unless the return package surprises everyone with immediate contributors. Either way, the chessboard of baseball strategy has been dramatically altered, and opposing teams will now have to adjust their plans knowing Alvarez is wearing Dodger blue. The whispers around this trade, however, suggest there is more to the story than just baseball mechanics. Insiders are hinting at underlying tensions between Alvarez and Houston's front office, with contract negotiations, long-term financial commitments, and even clubhouse dynamics potentially playing roles in the decision. While nothing has been confirmed, speculation is rampant that the Astros felt pressured to act sooner rather than later, fearing that holding on to Alvarez might eventually backfire if his contract situation became contentious. For the Dodgers, none of that matters now. They have landed one of the league's most feared hitters at a time when they are already poised to make a deep postseason run. This is more than just a transaction. It is the kind of move that reshapes narratives, creates legends, and fuels the endless cycle of rumors, debates, and dreams that make baseball such a captivating spectacle. Fans will be dissecting every detail for months to come, but one thing is already clear. With Yordan Alvarez in Los Angeles, the Dodgers have sent a resounding message that the pursuit of glory knows no bounds, and the Astros, willingly or not, have changed the landscape of Major League Baseball forever. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.